It's a cold morning. We should be in the woods, but we're not. We got to work on this old Jeep here. This is my my girlfriend's Jeep. She delivers mail. It's a right-hand drive. And you want me to show you the only good thing about a Jeep? So be real quick. This is the only good thing about a Jeep. See how the hood folds all the way back and about touches the roof? That right there, my friends, is the only good thing about a Jeep. So yesterday, I changed the power steering pump down in there because it was leaking all over the belt. Blew one belt, and then we had it we brought it to the mechanic. Had it repaired, drove home, blew another belt. The oil leaking all over the belt was causing the belts to slip and come apart. But anyway, so I changed the power steering pump, and now when I was looking at it, you can see the harmonic balancer wobbling. So maybe the oil from the power steering pump ruined the harmonic balancer. I don't know. So I'm going to try to change that. So there it is. Jeep 3.6. Got to change the harmonic balancer in this thing. And couldn't really find any videos on doing that. And this may not be a how to do that video either. Probably turn into a how not to, the way it goes when I work on this Jeep. Got a plastic cover. Plastic. The motor's half plastic on these things. Well, this has got to come off. That over there. Get some tools. I'm gonna remove this air breather setup here. Now we got this little clip here, and I've broken the thing now so I can get it off fairly reasonably easy. It had some kind of logger proof thing on it to getting the clip off. You're supposed to put a screwdriver in it or something. Changed that power steering pump down there yesterday. That was quite a job on its own. And then had a mechanic change that when it died over at the post office, and he towed it back to the shop, the belt tensioner. But I started it up, and I'll start it up so we can see it. And the crank pulley there, harmonic balancer, was wobbling. So I decided I better change that as well. And I don't know how that's all gonna go. Probably about like the rest of the project is going. You know, on these Jeeps, just interesting fact, in order to change the serpentine belt, you've got to loosen up that alternator bracket so you can get the belt behind it. So imagine trying to do that on the side of the road if your belt blew. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. So now it's running, and you know that pulley's wobbling down there? I don't know if you can see that. Of course, camera probably messes with the... that pulley looks like it's wobbling to me. And we'll test that out by putting something on it, see what happens. I don't get caught in the freaking belt. Put this against the face. See that? I got that screwdriver up against the face there. I don't know if you can see that either. See that screwdriver bouncing and shaking? That pulley's really wobbling to beat hell. So that's got to be changed, and that may be because of the power steering pump leak all over the belt and the oil ruined the rubber in the pulley, or It may be the power steering pump failed. I don't know. But that's why we gotta change it. So that bolt down there on the crankshaft pulley, right there, it's got a inch and an eighth. An inch and an eighth head there. I'm not sure what that is in metric, nor do I really care. I have an inch and eighth socket and it fits on there good. So I'm gonna leave the belt on when I crack that nut. I got the Milwaukee 1/2 inch drive impact and I'm hoping it fits down in there. If not, I'll have to try it with a breaker bar, and that could be a problem because the motor will try to turn. So I'll get it cracked and then I'll take this belt off. So what we got here is we got a little Milwaukee. We're gonna try to take this fan off. 2760-20. It's a small impact driver for, like, mostly I use it for screwing things, but they don't make Milwaukee like they used to. See that right there, that black tape? That's what holds the little shank in there. The chuck, probably the second week I had it, quit holding. You just stuff would just drop out of it randomly, and that's really annoying trying to find your bits and whatnot after they dropped out. So I put some black tape on. I really should take it back and get them to fix it, but I keep using it like it is. 5/16 or 8mm. Be sure we're in the right gear here. And we're in the right gear. Right there. Might just pull right straight up. Looks like it would. There we go. Well, that came off easier than I thought. Just pull straight up on that. These little tabs lock in. You probably knew that anyway. Oh, there we go. We stripped it. Nice. Yes. Jeep. I might want to unhook this. This is one of these electrical connectors that I like so much. Maybe we can just get this out of the way and pop this off. I think they make a tool for that too. Alright, so don't know how exactly this comes off. Not very easily. Like I said, I'm not a Jeep mechanic. I'm just a guy fixing a Jeep. Never see nothing like this. There we go. So we got that out. We got the fan so we can get it out of here. You know, hopefully we can get the big Milwaukee down in there. Well, we might have a fan so we can get it out of here. Yeah, a little rocking, a little rolling, and up she comes. There's another part off this thing. So now we might be able to get the Milwaukee. Look at all that room now. Well, I don't know if you got to really remove the fan to do this job, but look at how much extra room that gave me. I should be able to get my big Milwaukee down in here. Look at that. So I've got the big Milwaukee in here. Let's check, see if she's in reverse. Yep. See if we can get it in. Boy, that really took some juice. I got the gun. I got the gun on number 3, well, number 4, whatever. So that's the maximum, and I got the 8 amp hour battery in there. And it took about all that gun had to turn that. You would have never turned that with a breaker bar. You would have needed to get something to lock the flywheel. Get this bottom, get the belt off the bottom pulley. And wait till you see how this old belt tensioner works. This is another beauty of a Jeep. This belt tensioner right here takes a like a 1/2-inch drive. Breaker bar fits in there, ratchet, whatever, but you're never gonna move it with the ratchet. I can't even move it with my breaker bar. So this right here is the an SK breaker bar. I don't know, an auction find, I guess. Really have buy a lot of tools at auction, but so that's in there. And then in order to loosen up that tensioner, you need to push on it forward like this. But you can see I'm pushing on it. Oh, she's going back slowly. See that? It's like a hydraulic thing there. But what I'm gonna do is put a pipe on that and make it a whole lot easier. So what I like to do is put this pipe on here, push that tensioner all the way as far as it can, and then try to work it off the power steering pump pulley instead, if I can. There we go. So I got the belt off. It's easier because you can hold the tensioner and reach that part of the belt. Trying to take it off the alternator would be harder. So we got that part done. Now, we get the belt off the pulley, crank pulley here, and then I'm going to leave it kicked off to the side or whatever, because there for now. Hopefully we can figure out how it all goes back on after. Pull this bolt out. Turn it by hand now. And there we go with that. Huh. Alright, so that's the bolt for the bottom pulley harmonic balancer, whatever you want to call it. I thought maybe I'd have to have some kind of puller or something to take that thing off, but I don't think so. You can see right down there, there's a little keyway. I hope there's a key on the crank end. But I started moving this and I can just move it by hand. Look at that. I've never seen a harmonic balancer come off like that. It looks like we might be, I don't know if we're leaking any oil out of that front seal. It looks like we very well could be. That seal might be shot. Oh, I don't know. I hope not. It doesn't look like it was. It doesn't look like that seal was leaking, but it looks like it's shot. I wonder if that's hard to change. So that is the front main seal, and I don't know about the condition of the front main seal. I don't know if it was leaking or it wasn't. Doesn't look like it was leaking. And this right here is the and right here we have the pulley, the crankshaft pulley, harmonic balancer, whatever you want to call it. Must be a little key on the crankshaft. I should probably make sure that's still there. Don't want that falling off. But and the front main must ride on this surface here. So yeah, I'm thinking that the front main seal seals against this surface here. And there's a little keyway there. This thing slid right off. Now I expected to have to pull this off with some kind of a puller. But once I got that nut loose, I was able to just slide this off. I don't know if that's how it worked for you or not. I hope so. But yeah, the rubber, this thing's all shot in here. It's pretty well shot, this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna get a new one down to O'Reilly's. I usually go to Napa, but they don't have one. So I gotta go down to my good friends at O'Reilly. There's some kind of rubber right here too. Like, I don't even know, like some kind of O-ring-ish looking thing. Interesting. Never seen nothing like it. Another fine quality Mopar part. We'll check out the crank and see. Hopefully the key's still on it. We don't want to have lost that. Yeah, I don't be feeling a key. There's no key on that. I wonder if the key's way to the back. I don't see a key in there. I don't feel one on the front there. That's weird. Back from the parts store. Had to go down to O'Reilly to get the pulley because Napa, who I usually do business with, didn't have it. I don't really care much for O'Reilly, but to their credit, they had the part I needed. So this is a Dorman harmonic balancer. It was only $68, so not too much. So this is what we got right here. Oh look, comes with a little key. So there is a little key on that crank back in there somewhere, but I'm sure glad I don't have to change that. That thing looks like a pain. So that's the new pulley. Look at the paint. That paint is still sticky. Can you see that? See that right there? That paint is still sticky. Look at it. That's the quality control nowadays. I don't think when they make these things over in China, they really don't care. A couple little differences here that I can see. Just right. We don't have really. Must be these are for balancing. We don't really have much. Just a little tap right there. And on the back side. It's all about the same. China. See that? China. I guess that's where everything's made nowadays. Look at the paint. Paint on the back of that too is still wet. This pulley right here is quite a bit lighter than this one. I've never seen a key like that before. Usually they're, you know, round, half round, and a regular Woodruff key, like half round. And this one right here, they must have sits in there like that. And they must have ground these edges here so you can slide the pulley on, instead of like on a regular Woodruff key. You know, you'd rock it, you'd put it down a little bit. When you slid it on, it would sit up straight. But hopefully the key inside on the crank is still working with this pulley, because I really don't look forward to trying to change that. Yeah, there's the installation instructions right there. Before installing a new harmonic balancer, look to see how the old one failed. Alrighty then. So I'm going to lube up the pulley here with some clean engine oil, because this right here is where your look at that nick on it, where the front main engine seal rides on this right here. So lube her up with a little bit of oil. And we're gonna see if we can slide it on there carefully. So it started, and it's up against the key there. And then we just turn it
Hopefully until the keyway lines up. Well, that doesn't seem to be working in my favor. It's not headed in the right direction yet. It needs to be right down here somewhere. Right here. There we go. See, it started on the key. Rock it. There we go. Yeah, you want to make sure you get that before you ever put the bolt in. You want to make sure that that key slides in the keyway and it goes all the way to the end, because you could really mess things up if you tried to install the bolt to push the crankshaft pulley on over the key. So make sure that you feel it slide down the key. So I did that. It's all good there. I know the lighting the sun's really messing with this operation, but so it's installed and we're ready to put the bolt on, I guess. I did not change the key with the new key. I didn't think that would be, feel that was necessary. I hope I don't regret that. I'm gonna get this bolt started. I'm sure there's a proper torque setting for this. I read something about torquing it to a certain, I think 30 foot-pounds and then going another 110 degrees. I don't know. But I'm not going to worry about that stuff, because in order to do that, you're supposed to have a certain tool that somehow locks this balancer so you can do the torque. I'm just going to use the gun, the Milwaukee, on the same setting that it was to take it off, and that'll be good. Alright, so I've threaded that on there as far as it goes on by hand. Now it's time to get the Milwaukee out. So I have the impact, the Milwaukee, and I've got it set on number 3. Okay. And we're gonna tighten this bolt up. I call that torque. I don't know about you. So that's done. Now we've got to get the belt back on. We can start it up and see what it looks like. So the belt, it was on there like, so it'll go interesting until this, and then it went down here like this, and then up on top of that's where it drives on the water pump pulley. And then it goes down around this pulley like that. So that should all be lined up. And then what we got to do is we've got to get it. This is the way I like to do it. I mean, I'm sure there's a million different ways. Some people probably do it on the alternator bolt. So what I want to do is get the belt, use the tensioner, release the tensioner, and get the belt over the power steering pulley, because it's right here. It's easy to reach. Trying to do it through the alternator wouldn't work. Well, it might if you had 2 people. But I'm always doing this kind of thing by myself. Put that in there. Then you push like you're tightening the bolt, and it will slowly compresses that. Must be some kind of cylinder right there. Okay, it looks like I've got it on. So let's put some tension on the belt. So we've got the I've got the crankshaft pulley installed. I tightened it to the with my impact, and I've got the belt back on. The belt goes up, goes over the water pump, around the air conditioning compressor. On the other side of that idler there, which I just changed when I did the power steering pump, up through around the alternator, back down the other side of that. It's odd. Like, I've never seen a serpentine belt. You have to take the alternator bracket. You don't have to take it all the way off, but you got to loosen it up in order to change the belt. And I've never seen a belt tensioner like that before. Not a big fan. So I'm going to start this up and see if it all holds together. See if we got any wobble to this harmonic balancer. No, it's running a lot truer than it was before. I don't know if the camera and the way things are spinning, I don't know if I can pick it up, but yeah, this is running quite a bit truer than it was before. So I think we've solved the problem finally. Hopefully it's not leaking oil out of the front main seal. I guess we'll be the first to know. Part that makes it all go. Most important part of this operation. Here we go. Ready to rock and roll. Oh, it's been running out here for about 10 minutes now. Seems to be running nice and true. So yesterday when I started it, you could hear it. Belt, you can see the belt jumping, it was clicking. I knew it wouldn't have lasted. It probably would have took the power steering pump out. So yeah, I told her not to drive it today. She's delivering mail out of a Toyota. But anyways, I searched YouTube and I didn't really find a good video, really any video on how to change the harmonic balancer. And it actually went pretty easy, so I wouldn't be afraid to tackle the project if I was you. I didn't even have to have a puller to pull the harmonic balancer off. I've never had one like that before. And hopefully that's the way they make them, and it will work that simple for you too.
So here's the part where I'd say, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe. But if you like this kind of content, I'm probably not gonna make much of it, hopefully. The only time you're ever gonna see me work on this Jeep is the one that breaks. And I hope that's never again. But yeah, if you like logging, equipment, diesel engines, all that good stuff, then yeah, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I did this video because I was on YouTube looking for a video about changing that harmonic balancer, and I couldn't really find one. So I said, well, when I do the job, I'll make a video, and maybe somebody will find it helpful. Maybe they won't. But either way, I figured I'd do it and throw it on there, and if it could help someone, well then good. But yeah, and just keep in mind one thing. The internal combustion engine is humankind's greatest accomplishment. Thanks for watching.